Hello and welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast where each and every week we come to you and talk about all things Lorcana. Welcome to the show. I'm Matt.
I'm Malcolm. I'm Emmett.
And I'm Jen.
And that was our cat being voiced by Malcolm because we do not have a cat that talks. And even though I tried to explain to them that we are a mouse positive show, they insist on bringing these cats. I'm not even sure, is there even a good cat in Disney?
Yes.
The Aristocats.
The Aristocats, okay, that card is
Marie.
Marie.
She's the main, like the white Aristocat.
Okay, can you name something else that's not Aristocats, like a movie that hasn't even made it into the set yet? Hasn't even made it in the game yet.
Oliver and Company.
Name a card based off of a good cat. Can't do it.
Pete.
Pete?
Oh, Simba.
Simba, yes. Yes.
Mufasa. There's a whole deck based off of a good cat. Thank you very much.
Look.
What about Pete? Seal Khan.
Okay, Pete's not a good
Sure,
guy.
I'm not a bad. He's a bad guy.
I said good characters, right? They won't eat a mouse. All right? Pete is just trying to eat Mickey Mouse. You realize that's the whole plot of like Mickey's career is Pete is trying to eat him.
Simba and Mufasa. I win.
Yeah, you had to go to the jungle, cat. I went to the jungle. Whatever.
Peach
Okay.
is adorable.
All right. Well, we've gone off the rails really quick here today. So let's start out how we always start out. We talk about what we played this week. So this past weekend on Saturday, we did do another set championship. Went up to Frankenmuth here in Michigan. So a new store for us, and played there.
And failed miserably.
Yeah, none of us made it to the top 8. I was close. Actually, I was at the point where
Like he was in like the lead for the first like 3 rounds.
yeah, so I went 2-0 twice and then drew the next one. And basically, with the points I had, there were 5 of us that had the same amount of points. 4 of us were going to be able to basically just draw into the top 8.
Mhm.
One person was going to get paired down and have to play against other people. I'm the one that got paired down, so I couldn't draw into top 8. And then I got buckied twice in a row.
Oh yeah. There was a city of Bucky's there.
Yeah, there were a lot of Buckies. Buckies are becoming more and more prevalent as we get to the end of set championship season. Because it's an easy deck to play. It's a very good deck. Like it's a powerful deck. It's probably the best deck that you could play if you want your best chance of winning. It's probably that deck.
But also about the Bucky deck, nobody has fun.
Right, that's the problem. It's no way as fun, which is why they've changed Bucky and why he won't be the same going forward. But as people get more and more desperate to make sure that they get an Ursula or playmat or whatever, more people are going to play it. Which is why we're not playing any tournaments this weekend. We're just going to do our regular league. But we did do our regular league on
We did
Sunday.
both of our regular leagues.
Right, we did Sunday and Wednesday leagues. So I know for myself, I was trying out different decks now that we're kind of past the set championship season. I'm just playing with the different popular decks to see how they play as we prepare for Toronto, where we'll still be playing with set 4, but with no Bucky. So I was playing Blue Steel and giving that a whirl. I know how the deck works a little bit better now, I think, but I also understand its weaknesses and why Ruby Amethyst kind of walks all over it. How about you, Malcolm? How do you feel? How did you play this weekend?
So at the set championship, I went against 3 Steel songs
In a row.
Yeah.
And then
Tiana.
got
You can't.
all 3 of them knew about Tiana, so they whole new rolled it.
Like as soon as a Tiana went out before he had no
Like-
hearts.
Oh.
Yeah. So Tiana doesn't activate until the next turn because she comes down.
She has to be exerted.
She's exerted to use her ability.
So if he can play Tiana on turn 4, and he was on the play, then he could potentially still
If they don't have an aerial out.
If they don't have an aerial, because that's the thing is if they have an aerial out on turn 3, and they have a whole new world in their hand, then they can whole new world, and then Tiana doesn't really do anything. So like Steel Song, can be really good against his aggro deck if they get an early singer out, either an aerial or shift the Robin Hood.
Yep. Okay.
And
But
have a new world in their hand.
how did Sunday go? Regular leagues.
I think I did okay.
Yeah, it's a while ago now. It's hard to remember.
Mhm.
But then Wednesday, you guys both did pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You guys,
both Yeah, we both got 2 packs, and me and Emmett tied for second place.
Yeah, they both did better than us.
Yeah.
And guess what? I pulled a Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a regular Diablo.
And Malcolm actually gave me the pack that had the Diablo.
Yeah, even though his value has dropped some, right? He's not a $50 card anymore. He's just a $30 card.
Yeah, he's still a good card.
He's still a good card, right? If you get Diablos out there, you get enough of those out there, that can just ruin your day, depending on what kind of deck you're playing, because they're going to draw a lot of cards.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, like with Diablo, like any deck that's going to have green in it, there's no point in not putting Diablo in. Like if you're using Emerald, I feel like he's going to be in a lot of those decks, so that's why it's still a decent card. It's just not as good as it is with Bucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's perfect with Bucky.
Emerald is definitely becoming a card that's kind of like preying on weakness. Like the weakness, like if you're discarding stuff, you can draw stuff with Prince John. If you are drawing stuff, you get to draw stuff with Diablo. A lot of the cards in this new set that are in Emerald are predicated on being able to attack damaged characters. So it's almost like green is the vulture color of Lorcana. What was that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What color was the 5-drop Robin Hood that was doing like doing one more for each damage character? Or was that steel or emerald?
It was Emerald.
Yep.
It was Emerald.
I wanted to be in steel because then Mom can play that, and then next turn play a tank. That's 1 damage to everybody, and then he's like questing for like a billion.
Sure.
But that could be a good combo in Emerald Steel.
Yes, and that is something that people will for sure try to work. There's going to be some Robin Hood themed decks that people are going to try to make out.
Robin Hood and Middleton.
Yep, that's the movie. Jen, how about you? How'd you play?
I really don't remember how I played on Sunday. I think I played okay. I think I was middle of the road.
Yeah.
You were in the lead though. I remember that. But there wasn't very many people who played on Sunday. Because a lot of people were playing other set championships or just on vacation for the summer and things like that. I think I was like 4th. I don't know. I think I went like middle of the road. Like I think I split like pretty evenly. But then on Wednesday, I felt like I did okay. Like I started off slow, but then I ended up at like, the top table. I think I was.
Yeah. You guys were all playing at the top table.
4th or 5th, I think, probably, because I split my last game. But like I felt like I decided on. So I don't remember if I said last week because I don't remember when I did it, but I switched out my big stitches in my Steel Song deck to the big aerials. And so I've been playing that for a little bit, and I do like that. I do think that works well, especially for people not looking for it. And her defense is so big that really the only deck that really has a good defense against it is Ruby Amethyst.
So the deck that I'm currently playing.
Well, as long as Dad lets you. But if I'm able to get out one of those and a Cinderella, unless they have a, be prepared, it's pretty hard to deal with. And so that was pretty good. And then I switched out my lanterns for my flutes. I know the one thing that happened on Wednesday is I did have a mirror match, another Steel Song, but against the Steel Song that was featured in the championship match in Texas.
Yep.
That's running, Queens and Blues and what's the other weird steel card?
I'm not sure.
I don't remember. Somebody that like attacks for 0 unless he has no damage.
Oh, Lawrence.
That's who it was.
Lawrence is a pretty good.
I did not do well against that deck, so that is, it's definitely interesting. I still like my hero deck, but I think I might put in some of the things I'm thinking about putting those blues in.
Sure.
Because I have been thinking about putting bodyguards in and also possibly upping my flutes to 4 instead of 2.
And plus, the blue whenever you use play, either into your.
Yeah, you get lore.
It's basically a goat. Mm-hmm. It's basically like a Flynn Rider, except for only when you play.
So no, but that's interesting. So it's important to think about like when we're looking at our future schedules and when we'll be able to play. We've got some travel time coming up.
Yes.
We're gonna be on vacation.
The future.
Yep, that's what we're talking about, buddy. Good call. So anyways, we have some vacation time coming up. We won't have a whole lot of Lorcana playing, right?
Nope, we're gonna play tomorrow.
We're gonna play Sunday. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna be able to play this week on at our Wednesday league because you guys might be at practice. And then we'll play next Sunday.
Next week Sunday.
That might be it until Toronto.
Unless we get to play while we're at Disneyland on that Tuesday.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be it until Toronto.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, can we bring our decks to Hawaii so we can play in our room?
That's not a podcast question, hon.
Yeah.
That's a later question.
We're gonna we have a lot of packing to do, and we have to see what we have room for.
Yes.
We won't be bringing everything because like that backpack takes up an entire bag basically.
Yeah. Plus, we need room to bring back all of our D23 goodies.
Yeah. So we don't have a whole lot more opportunities to play before Toronto. So if there are changes you want to test out in your deck, you need to make them now.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try them out now. So guys, make sure you're thinking about that for tomorrow. Make any last minute any changes you want so you can try them out the following Sunday because we won't have a lot of chances left to play. I'm just going to play a different random deck tomorrow just to try it out and kind of go from there. So lots of busyness coming soon for us. Not all of it necessarily Lorcana related, but busy stuff coming up. In other things, Jen mentioned the championship that happened last weekend in Texas. Mm-hmm. That was fun to watch. It was against Steel Song versus Ruby Amethyst in the finals.
So basically, you'll be hard.
Kind of. Yes, it's that tale as old as time. It's just what it keeps coming
tale
back to.
as old as time.
All right.
Song as old as time.
All right.
That's enough.
You get one line of the song.
And then Ruby Amethyst took it. It was interesting to kind of see the conversion of it. Like half of the top 64 decks were all Emerald Amethyst. It's going to be very different come Toronto because there were 400 different people playing Emerald Amethyst going to that because I think it was about 20-some%, like 25% or so of the field going in was Ruby Amethyst. So that's 500 people. So you half that, so 250 people would have been playing Ruby Emerald Steel in Toronto, and now they're going to have to play something different, or at least they could still play Emerald Steel.
It just won't have Bucky.
It won't be a Bucky one. So
or Bucky.
Trying to predict what that's going to be is going to be interesting. But we'll see how we do. In other news, we did do one other. Me and Jen did one thing Disney related. We did see Deadpool and Wolverine last night.
We did.
So that's where you were. That's where you were.
Yes, that's where
we were when you came back home.
Wait, how did you know that?
Because the ring tells us.
I don't remember talking about that.
Anyways, boys were with friends last night.
Yes.
Me and Jen went to go see a movie.
I did a couple things Disney related yesterday. Yeah.
So we're talking.
Yes. Hold on, and you can say that you can be next.
We went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine. Definitely not for kids.
Not for kids. Not a family movie.
Not a family movie. If you're an adult and you're in your late 30s, 40s.
And you've seen like a lot of MCU, old X-Men, old
not even
Marvel
MCU
movies.
stuff, except for like one specific episode of Loki.
Yeah, like you have to have watched Loki enough to know like about what's going on there.
Loki season 1 is probably needed. Other than that, really you don't need too much other MCU stuff. You need other Marvel related movies.
You need like 90s and 2000s Marvel movies is what. So if you liked some really good, some Marvel movies before Disney bought them, and you watch those, and you're a millennial, you will probably very much enjoy this movie.
Sure. It's definitely a Deadpool movie, not a Marvel movie, is what I would say. It's a Deadpool movie. So if you like the first two Deadpools, you'll probably like this. If you didn't like those movies, you're like, oh, well, maybe now that he's palling around with Star-Lord and Captain America,
No. No.
This is the move for you. This isn't what you thought you. This isn't what you're getting.
Uh-huh.
It's a Deadpool.
Yes.
So, Emmett, what were you saying?
I was saying that yesterday, today included me and my friend played a lot of Deep Trouble.
Yeah. Well, it's good to hear that you're enjoying it and wanting to play it over and over again.
The last time we played it, we were because the two problems about our deck in Deep Trouble is that we have no item removal.
Yeah.
So she just always has like those contracts in, and the trident is always there, and the hack, and oh my gosh, the Hexwell crown is so annoying.
Yeah, I would definitely say if you are planning on using like your own built decks for that,
Make some item removal.
make sure you have item removal in there, 100%.
Item removal helps.
My recommending is Steel.
Yeah, you probably have to build specific decks to battle her on the harder levels. So, okay, well that's interesting. Good to hear, Emmett, that you are still enjoying Deep Trouble. I'm hoping that we'll get to see some more similar products like that. The gateway product, like the kind of introduction to Lorcana product, is actually out in stores. People have found it and played with it. It's not for people like us, right? It's for people that have not played Lorcana at all in the past. So we won't be picking up any copy. It's not for collectors.
Is there any colors in them?
No special cards or anything. It's the regular cards that are just built to kind of introduce you to the game and walk you through things. So.
What about that villainous thing with that promo?
So that isn't out yet, but yeah, that's just one special card in there. It's a card you're going to be able to get. It's just a different art version of the card. Means we'll probably have to get it. But
even though we
already were talking about the Ursula Set Championships. This is the final weekend for that. So odds are, if you're listening to this, you've already competed in your ones. I hope you've been able to win an Ursula. We've got ours for the family. Thanks, Mr. Malcolm over there. And I just don't like playing against Bucky so much. I'm just like done. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, so we could have played this weekend, and yeah, it just we know we're gonna have to play against Bucky, and it's just not fun.
It's just not fun.
So we're
So
gonna
that's
win.
the issue.
We got a card, and that's all we.
Yep.
We don't need the play mats. We're happy with our custom play mats we got from Etsy.
Yep. So let's move on.
Shimmering skies in August.
Thanks. We've got less than 2 weeks until Shimmering Skies comes out. Less than 2 weeks until Bucky is nerfed.
No.
So let's continue looking through cards. I've got a bunch here. I don't even know if I'm going to go through all the ones that I got. I've just been adding them to the deck that I go through as it goes on. So I'm going to go for a while and then I'm just going to call it. And then we'll just pick up again next time. So, Shimmering Skies, let's see what we got. I believe the first one is
nothing.
A legendary.
Oh, a legendary Mirabelle.
It's Mirabelle Madrigal, an Amber legendary. It's Family Gatherer. She's a 5-cost inkable. Hold on, guys. 5 strength, 5 willpower. Quests for 5. With special ability, though, not without my family. You can't play this character unless you have 5 or more characters in play.
Yeah, but a lot of Amber decks get 5 or more out there. Like,
Malcolm, you need this in your deck.
So, listen, no, you don't normally have 5 cards out there, and if you do have 5 cards, they're probably dying. A couple of them are dying the next turn, right?
Sure. Or I'm winning the game the next turn.
Right, yeah. If you have 5 characters on the board and they've lived until your next turn, so that you can play this card, you probably don't need this card.
Sure.
Right? It's a little bit. It's cool because it's the first 5 lore quester. You see, they've done a little bit of change the lore because they're like, we can't fit 5 lore things on there. I'm like, well, you could have shrunk them. Because the 5 thing kind of, I don't know, it kind of a little weird. But it's 5 lore, so that's a ton of lore that if you can get her out there and you can have her live long enough to have her quest, sure.
Malcolm's
you move it,
but she's also, but I mean, she's pretty beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all right.
I mean, other than Maui.
But she also takes out Maui, so it's a trade with Maui.
Yeah. So, but if you had her out here with a bodyguard.
Well, you'd need 5 of them. Right, because she also doesn't trigger off of any way to kind of cheat cards out. Like Mufasa's not going to bring her out. Bibbidi Bobby Boo's not going to bring her out because you still have to have 5 cards, 5 other characters on the field in order to play her. So if you played
Right.
Mufasa and she was like your next deck, your next
But
card,
the thing
you won't
is,
be able to
like,
play her.
I'm thinking, like, for Malcolm's deck, right? For something where basically everything is 1, 2, 3 drops,
Mhm.
right? Um, he could get this out on turn 5, and even if 2 or 3 of his characters die, it's not like she can't quest.
Well, she can't quest till the next turn. And if Malcolm has
Sure.
5 characters out on turn 5, if you're an aggro deck and you have 5 characters out on turn 5, you
You
better
win.
have already won.
Sure, I guess that's true.
If you have 5 characters that can quest on turn 5, you should have already won.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you're right.
But
So,
still, this might be.
She's a little underwhelming. However, she is the card for the next set championship.
Really?
And this is the version of the card that you would get. Is this one with the full art enchanted card. They've kind of changed the symbol, so it has a little promo on it symbol, but this is what people are getting in the set championship. So it's a pretty card.
It is a pretty card. It's a little underwhelming though.
Yep.
The last 2 were definitely much better.
Yeah, it's probably the weakest of the 3.
I was hoping for a Pilot Piglet, but this is fine.
Now, each of the cards from now on is going to be a card from the set that they're representing.
So
Yeah.
no more Piglets.
So they won't be going backward in time. So set 2 and set 3 won't really give anything unless it's from something else. Because they have said that they have like the next 10 planned. Or they have up through set 10 plan picked out for which card is going to be the set
I
champion.
mean, but you know what? Like, because it's Shimmery Skies, it's a party. It's supposed to be happy, fun. I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
It represents the new cards that are out.
Yep, and there is a little bit more news with this. This card is actually going to be a little bit easier to get during set championships because it's going to go to the top 8 now, not just the top 4. So now more people will get a chance to get these cards. There'll be 8 of them. They haven't shown the mats yet that you're going to get, assuming it's going to be Mirabelle on them.
I would love it if it was just Casa.
Wait, so that means the
Well,
top.
that's one of the
Wait,
one of the ones that are coming out.
Locations.
One of the mats that's coming with
Oh,
this
is La
set
Casita?
is like a big
Casita?
version of that. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
Yes,
So that means the top 4 is going to get playmats.
No.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So you might have heard a quick little interruption in our podcast. We did run out of space on the old storage device here. Needed a quick oil change, but now we're back, ready to go over some more cards. Fortunately, we didn't lose too much on our end. So now we're on to this Amethyst Madam Mim Elephant. She's a 4-cost inkable, strength of 3, willpower 7, quest for 1. 2 abilities. The first is the bounce ability. So this is a bounce card. So when you play it, you have to bounce a character back to your hand, or it gets banished. And then sneaky move. At the start of your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from this character to chosen opposing character. I think that second ability is a little too slow because you really won't be able to do it until 2 turns later.
Yep.
So 26.
Yeah. So.
Unless somebody attacks it with an action.
Like,
well,
or
I mean,
maybe,
it's like a song or something, right? Someone
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It has to be an action.
or what if somebody or what if Piglet comes in?
Sure. Yeah.
Or a Tinkerbell or something like that. Sure.
Yeah. If something deals damage to a whole area of people, then
or
it won't.
To
no one's gonna shoot her with Let the Storm Rage On because then I'm just moving that 2 damage over to you.
Exactly.
Right. So either it's killing her or you've just got a wide range effect. So I don't know. It's going to be people are going to give this a try. The bounce package is obviously very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a really expensive piece of bounce package. The other ones at 2 and 3, easy to do. You can start bouncing rabbits pretty early, bouncing goats. This is a lot.
Because
and the other Nim that's a 4-cost has Rush, which is a way.
That's a 3
Oh, that's only a 3-cost.
Yeah.
And that has way. So the Rush is a way better effect in my opinion.
Yep.
Because you need to move fast with this deck.
Yeah, this one can live for a long time, so that's its ability, but it still dies to like Medusa and stuff. So let's take a look at our next one. We've got Prince Philip. It's an Emerald 7-cost inkable. Prince Philip, Kingdom's Swordsman. 2 abilities. Dragon Slayer. When you play this character, you may banish chosen dragon character.
Sisus are dragons, right?
All Sisus are dragons. Even if she looks like a human, it's still a dragon. So kill it.
She's
still a dragon.
She's still a dragon. She just changed.
Look,
so you're telling
if
me that I'm a
Maleficent, right, dresses up
No, well, no, let me ask you. So when Maleficent's her human form, is she a dragon?
No, because that's considered a complete transformation.
See,
I'm a
sweetie.
dragon.
She's not a dragon by nature. Like
What
she
if
does
I
a spell
was
to
a
turn
dragon?
herself
Okay,
into
I
a
guess
dragon.
you're right, because I guess Sisu is a dragon by nature.
Right.
So,
Sisu,
all right.
like if Sisu
I
puts
will
on a,
allow it.
if I'm a dragon, right, and I put on a Halloween costume, I'm still a dragon.
And like
Right.
so Maleficent was born as a goat. So she turned into a dragon.
But if we're talking about
Wait, hold on.
costumes turning you into things, then how come when Piglet puts on his night costume, he's not a knight?
I didn't
don't
say
know that.
costumes turn. I didn't say it was a magical costume. I'm talking like they go to Spirit USA, right? And they buy a Beetlejuice suit, and I put the Beetlejuice suit on a dragon. It's still a dragon. It's not Beetlejuice.
You're not wrong.
And also, Sisu started as a dragon and then turned into a human. Maleficent started as a goat and turned into a dragon.
Wait, hold on. We didn't go to the second ability, so let's read the second ability.
Started as a goat.
She's a goat.
Where's that from?
No, she's got the goat horns.
Oh, she's got the.
Are those like really on her head, or is that just part of her
I
head?
think that they don't know. I think she's a goat.
I think she killed the goat as a baby and put him on her hat, and that's just her thing.
What?
What?
When she was a young child sorceress, she killed a goat.
Where are you getting this from?
I'm just making up lore.
Maybe I guess we could
We've
watch.
never actually watched the Maleficent
We
movies.
could watch the Maleficent movies. Maybe that explains whether or not it's like her hair or
Why
horns
she
or
has
what.
horns.
I mean, none of the other fairies have horns.
That's it.
Yeah, but she's a fairy.
No, but she's a
Okay.
fairy goat.
All right,
A
anyway.
goat fair.
Yes.
Okay.
What's
Anyways,
the second ability?
so
of
the second
Princess
ability is-
Scylla?
Take advantage. If this character challenges a damaged character, you may ready the character after the challenge. So, as way you could have him attack something, and then it's still quest for that 3 lore.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Except that I don't think it'll see much play.
it's so
It's
expensive.
so expensive.
Yeah.
It's not Bloodborne, so you can't shift it either. So there's not that many dragons. It's not that big of a problem.
No.
Um,
The Amber
Dragons everywhere.
the Amber Canopian.
And then we have the Chromacons.
the Chromacon.
So where did these come from?
So basically, if you remember from that first trailer for Shimmering Skies, right? Martin went up to the Luminary and he found this amulet. And it's probably one of these Chromacons that he found. So he found an Amber Chromacon. And there are 6 of them, one for each color. There's nothing that about like if you get all 6 of them, like what you could do, because you can't even play with all 6 of them because they're all different colors. But there's no like special multicolored gauntlet or something you can snap them into, right?
I snap and I kill old Bucky's.
So let's quickly take a look at these Chromacons. They're okay cards. The first one, Amber, is a 2-cost inkable, has the ability Amber Light. You tap it, you remove up to 1 damage from each of your characters. That's all your characters at once. So that's kind of a neat effect that can have on there. Like
Yeah.
it just makes, someone throws on a Tinkerbell, but you've got this on the board. Haha, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, and it's only 2 costs, and it's inkable. I could see it getting some use possibly.
Maybe if you tried to make like a Grandpappy deck work, like Grandpappy gets lore based on healing characters. So,
Oh yeah.
so maybe something like that.
Interesting.
Then you've got an Amethyst Chromacon, 2-cost inkable. You tap that, and each player gets to draw a card. So everyone draws a card, but you get yours first because it's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say that you get it first.
Well, you get to use your card because it's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emerald Chromacon, a 3-cost uninkable special ability Emerald Light. During opponent's turns, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. So
I see this getting played for sure.
I think limited is really good.
I just noticed something.
What did you just notice?
Can you go back to the other one?
Oh my God, no, we can't.
Because this says Emerald Light and that says Steel Light.
Yeah, they all say light. They say Amber Light, and yes.
Yep, that was the same on all of them.
So because I could see this, like because if you have this out and they don't have any item removal, your cards aren't getting removed from the board.
Yep.
So that means you always have cards in hand.
Yep.
And if you I could see this being really interesting in a Christmas deck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Especially because it's whenever a character is banished, not just banished in the challenge.
Yes.
Whichever is banished. So
Banished
except for
at
the
all.
few sapphire cards that send things to your inkwell.
Mhm.
That anytime a character moves from the field, it's just coming back to your hand. Up next, we got the steel one. It's a 6 cost uninkable. You tap it, you deal 1 damage to chosen character. It's a cool ability that you
Too
can just use,
expensive,
but just
though.
so expensive.
And not inkable. I don't see it getting
Play
played.
take. Well, you should probably play take other than this.
Well, yeah.
Take a look at the last two. We've got a Ruby Chromicon. It's a 1 cost inkable. You tap it, chosen character gets +1 strength this turn. It kind of reminds me of like the Vitalosphere, but without the rush part of it. You don't have to banish it. So.
Kind of like a ice block in reverse.
Yeah.
Like it helps you instead of reducing theirs.
Or you could play with and then like you could play on somebody with 4 strength, give somebody 5 strength on the opposing team. World's greatest criminal mastermind.
That's a good thought.
That's a really good thought.
Yeah. That's something you could do.
Any of those that they need to have more than less.
Yep.
That is a really good thought. I like that.
And then you got the Sapphire Chromicon, a 4 cost uninkable, 2 abilities. First, it enters play exerted, so you can't use it right away. The second ability is you tap it and you pay 2 ink. You banish one of your items and gain 2 lore.
Oh my.
So you could even banish this to gain 2 lore, basically for 6 ink on turn 6. If you
I would see this getting some value.
Yep. It's possible. I mean,
I think people will try it in the Sisu with the Sisu and the Tamatoa. I think people will try it.
No one plays that. There's a card called Gleam, which is just play it, you destroy an item and get 2 lore. No one's tried that. So I don't know. It's uninkability makes it difficult to put into
Sure.
a right?
And it's a little bit expensive.
Let's look at what we got next. We're up to Maximus, champion of the
Maximus.
team. It's a Ruby card, a 6-cost inkable. It's got a strength 3, willpower of 5, quests for 2. Special ability, though, is what matters here. A reward worthy of a king. At the end of your turn, if you have a character in play with 5 strength or more, you get 2 lore. If that character has 10 strength or more, gain 5 lore instead.
That's
Imagine
crazy
this.
because if you have Maui out, which is a lot. Almost everyone who plays Ruby Amethyst on turn 5 plays Maui.
Yep.
So if you have that Maui out, like you automatically, on your next, because it's at the end of your turn, not the beginning, and that's interesting. Because most of these abilities, it's at the beginning of your turn. This is the first one I've seen where it's at the end of your turn. So that's an interesting ability. So at the end of your turn, so you can play it the turn that you play him.
Yes.
You can use this ability. You don't have to wait till the next turn like most of the other cards. And then if you have other cards out that give, what's it called, Emmett? Support. Or thank you, Malcolm. Well, if you have other cards that have support, that can maybe make Maui, because Maui starts with 6. If you just have 2 other support card, 1 or 2 other support cards out there that can make Maui now have a 10.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yep. So that makes those ducks
Yep.
usable. The Alice card gives everybody support.
Yeah. So I could see that like a new Ruby Sapphire deck coming. That's like use this Maximus and the Big Alice. You get the Big Alice up to like a 10 attack with everyone giving her support, and then that gives you 5 lore for him and 5 lore for Alice.
Yep. It could be a quick combo to get some quick lore. So
I might want to play that deck so I can have better luck to pull the enchant down.
So that's not how it works. Just because you play a deck with a card doesn't mean you have a better chance of pulling that card.
Do you see me pulling an enchanted piglet?
Particularly since it's from a set 2. Like you're still not going to get it in set 5 cards. And buddy, I ain't buying no more set 2 cards.
But what
we got all of them that we need.
But what if Sammy does a 2, 3, 4, 5?
Sure. Fine. If we're part of a draft or if we get it for the prize, sure. You go ahead and pull it. Go right ahead.
But yeah, you're right. I think people could be building a deck off of this ability.
Yeah.
Kind of like they do off the bell.
Sure.
With the ink.
Let's look at our next one.
Ooh,
back to Rafiki. He's an amethyst card. It's Rafiki Shaman Duelist. It's a 4-cost uninkable. Strength of 1, willpower 4, has rush, quests for 2. Special ability is surprising challenge or surprising skill. When you play this character, he gains challenger +4 this turn. they get +4 while counting. So he rushes out, hits
Yeah,
for 5.
he's basically like a Maui when he gets first
It's a turn
play.
4 Maui almost, yeah.
And I mean, in Ruby Amethyst, this would definitely easily fit in because then you'd have a 3 cost rush, a 4 cost rush, a 5 card cost rush.
Yeah, if he was inkable, this would for sure easily fit in.
Mhm.
I think, and the fact that you could bounce him back to your hand, right?
Yeah.
The next turn, so that you can use that challenger ability again.
Yeah.
You can quest with him, bounce him back, play him.
And I mean, a 4 defense is still pretty decent. That's going to live.
Yeah.
Like that's going to live against almost everything in.
Yeah, it's probably going to survive that challenge, and then the
Yeah.
other person has to waste almost a character challenging it. The
Yeah.
character doesn't die because he's only hitting for 1,
Right.
but like they're using up that character instead of questing to
Yep.
challenge, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, because he's questing for 2, you can't just leave him unanswered.
Yeah. But like late game, you play this, you can rush, and then you can bounce him if you have like 7/8 ink out.
Yep.
I think this might get play for sure.
Yeah. Let's take a look at our next one. We're up to an Amethyst Maleficent. It's Maleficent Fearsome Queen. She's an 8 cost uninkable. She shifts for 6. 6. Sorry. It's an error in the translation. It's 6.
Okay.
Shifts at 6. This is the first Bloodborne Maleficent, so there are a ton of Maleficent cards. So she has tons of targets.
Oh yeah.
Special ability is she got Strength of 7, Willpower 7, so she's beefy.
Yeah.
Quest for 2, special ability. Everyone listen. When you play this character, for each character named Maleficent you have in play, return chosen opposing character, item, or location with cost 3 or less to their player's hand.
Wow.
So you're going to at least have one, right? Because she's a character named Maleficent.
Yep.
So it's at least one that's getting bounced back to their hand. Right, you've got the 3-drop Maleficent that's used a lot. There are the 1-drop ones that
I can see someone building a all Maleficent deck.
You could build an all Maleficent deck. I think it would probably be blue and purple.
Yeah.
That's the only way this card would work. Why blue? Because
there's a few
even though you can shift it for 6, that's still a lot for an uninkable.
Yeah.
Right, but there's a lot of blue that gets you a lot of ink.
Yeah.
Ramping. So that's why I think if you played a Sapphire Amethyst with ramping, where you're doing a lot of Maleficents, maybe a bunch of items, maybe still throw the Tamatoa in there, possibly. I could see this working.
And I mean, you could build the deck around it, but yeah, you'd have to fill that up with Maleficent. You're just an attacking bunch of Maleficent with her go for.
So, but this is a pretty powerful card for just the super layer.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put a couple of other amethysts for like bouncing and stuff like that,
sure,
then that ability could work.
You might see it. Let's take a look at our next one. So we got 2. I include these both together because, boys, any idea what movie this is?
I know, Brother Bear.
Okay, yeah, fine. You do it right off the bat. You've never seen Brother Bear, though, right?
No.
Guess we gotta watch Brother Bear.
I mean, one of the cards has a small bear on it, so I guess it was pretty easily giving away. But we got 2 cards from Brother Bear. There's many other cards from Brother Bear yet, but these are the 2 that we're looking at this time. Basically says we don't really know the characters, so we're gonna have to take a look at it. So first we've got a Ruby card, Denahai, maybe Avenging Brother. He's a 5 cost uninkable, Strength 7, Willpower 5, Quest for 2. So big beefy boy that comes down on turn 5. And then you've got Coda, the Talkative Cub. He's got a Strength of 2 and a Willpower 1. He's a 2 cost inkable Amber card. Quest for 2 and a special ability. Tell everybody during opponent's turn you can't lose lore.
So this survives from Kakamora, even though you wasn't
Yeah, you don't have to do the whisper thing though, buddy.
Yeah.
So anything from the Kakamora stuff, from A Pirate's Life, from the Aladdin, Heroic Aladdin, he defends against that, and a couple other new cards. I'm not sure if we're going over them today, but there are a few other cards as well that he defends against.
Wait.
He'd be a good 2-drop for a draft because he quests for 2.
Yes, he also quests for 2, so that's pretty good.
So yeah, I think he's great for a draft, 100%. I don't know if he'll find his way into a lot of decks, maybe some aggro decks because of the 2 questing.
Maybe.
But
he hits for 2, so if people take him out,
yeah.
like they'll probably lose. They could lose one of their characters too, one of their early characters.
Yeah.
I need to look at something. I'm trying to find out something on the card.
No,
What are you asking, buddy?
It's the thing that right under the Dingy Lorcana.
We can't hear you if you're not on the microphone.
It's on the same. It's underneath the Dingy Lorcana copyrighted Disney. What does it say under that?
It's a bunch of the stuff from like the movie, like the copyright stuff they have to
You
put
can look
from
at
the
it.
movie
On
on.
my
Yeah.
way. Okay, so
It must because it must
Be
be.
some kind of song thing in there or
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah, I think Tell Everybody is a word in the
Or
song.
the quote. The quote could be from
Yeah,
the
it's probably
song.
the quote. Yeah. Look like, but basically I put these in here because it looks like there's another Disney movie you guys will have to watch.
Yep.
All right, let's keep moving though. Up next, we got
Royal
Royal
Tantrum.
Tantrum.
Oh, I love this art.
It is.
I
Yes.
love this. I love King John.
It's a sapphire action card. It's a 4-cost uninkable. Banish any number of your items, then draw a card for each item banished that way.
Oh, this could see play.
It's possible. I mean, it's still like it's that uninkability, right? That makes
Yeah.
it hard to slot in, right? Because you'd much rather see a Hiram than this
Sure.
guy, right? Because
Sure.
Hiram will let you draw 2, keep drawing them. This one gets rid of all your items, and then just draw whatever number of cards you have. Yes, he is throwing a
That's
tantrum.
what he sounds like. He goes.
And if you like that art, you'll probably like this. So Royal Tantrum is one of the enchanteds for this
Oh, look at
set.
that Archimedes.
The other one revealed just today is Archimedes.
Oh,
He's
I
an
love
amethyst card, the 5-cost inkable. He shifts for 3. He has evasive and challenger +1, I think.
That's good.
Challenger +3. And he quests for 2. He's normally a 1 strength or willpower character, but he shifts on 3, and you've got that 1-drop Archimedes
And
already.
he's evasive.
Yep.
Evasive and challenger.
Yep.
That's gonna be a pretty good card, I think. Is
Yeah,
it being
it
inkable?
could be. Just that 1 cost like makes them easily removed. So,
Sure.
like,
These
draw
2
and stuff.
enchanteds are awesome, though.
The
Yes.
artwork is so amazing.
Yep. So that makes 3 enchanteds total we've seen from this
4.
set.
Oh.
The Mirabelle one doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily count because that's the set championship one. But
Mhm.
The Royal Tantrums out of the 3 that we've seen, the Royal Tantrums my favorite.
Yeah.
I like the
I
Archimedes.
love the Archimedes.
Yep.
But I just love that character, so.
I just like the Seth Donald in general, but I don't think it's enough to beat that Archimedes.
yeah, that's a very cool card.
It's Diablo's enemy.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true. Yeah.
Because Diablo's like green and he's like pure pink, radioactive pink.
Yeah. Let's keep looking at a few more here. We've got Clarabelle
Hoofing it.
whooping it.
There's another Clarabelle
Mhm.
other than that.
Yeah.
there's
2 new ones.
Yeah, so this is Clarabelle hoofing it. She's a 7-cost inkable. Shifts for 5, has a willpower of 6, strength of 5, quest for 2. Special ability though, it's keep up the pace. At the end of your turn, choose an opponent. If they have more cards in hand than you, draw until you have as many cards in hand as them.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, it is
It's a way to
inkable.
get
That's
some
nice.
card advantage back to you.
Yeah.
And she's
I
inkable.
need that in my basic deck. Now.
I can't because she is not out.
And
She
if you
would've
notice,
been
that is a
good.
legendary,
That's
so
a
it might
legendary,
take us
so
a bit
it's
to
gonna
get
take a little
for
bit to
her.
get.
She would be good if Bucky was still around.
Well, even without Bucky, Diablo's still around. Like,
Yeah.
and Ruby Amethyst is still around, right? They draw a ton of cards. And this is a way to fill up your hand with that.
Yeah.
And you could still use Bucky with her because she's going to shift at turn 5. Bucky will be down at turn 3, so you could still shift and get her to discard a card. But you don't want your opponent to discard cards necessarily when you got this. You want them to have
I was
hand.
saying it would be a good defense against Bucky.
Oh, sure, yeah. Let's look at our next one. We've got Chica. Dedicated Mother. It's a sapphire card. She's a 2-cost uninkable. Strength 2, willpower 1 as support. Quest for 1, and then 1 on the way as the ability. During your turn, whenever you put a card into your inkwell, if it's the second card you put into your inkwell this turn, you may draw a card.
Oh my god.
So if you have a hidden incaster.
Well, if you have the fishbone quill.
One
Fishbone
jump.
Quill,
Oh,
that's
I
right.
was
Fishbone quill,
The tablet or the stone thing.
1 jump ahead, the
Yeah.
Great Stone Dragon, I'll find my way,
Mhm.
Anytime you're putting extra cards into your inkwell, if you got Belle, you're putting there, then
Which
you put that
Sapphire
extra
does
card.
all the time.
Right, you put that extra card in your inkwell, then you get to replace it right away
That's
Chica.
whew, that and I know it's uninkable, but she only costs 2. I see this getting a lot of play and people not questing with her so that they can use her ability.
Yep.
But she has support, so that's the main reason it works like a lot.
Sure.
Well, that's if you're playing a support deck. Like that's just an extra ability on top of it. You don't have
Yeah.
to play her with
I'm
support.
pretty sure this is one of this. What are the two colors only on Sapphire and Amber? The only colors with support.
I don't know.
No,
They're
because the queen has support. The shiftable queen has support.
Yeah, he just said. Well, she doesn't have
And
support.
she's Amber.
Well, he said Sapphire and Amber.
Oh, I thought
And
she
the
said
queen
another
doesn't
color.
actually have support. The queen has the ability to reduce the attack on someone else and raise it on someone. It's kind of like support, but
Oh,
it's not support.
I see. Oh, but yeah, Amber is. I didn't think he said Amber. I thought he said a different color. Sorry.
So this is, I think it's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
And then you got this Ruby card. So it's Don't Let the Frostbite Bite. It is a Ruby song. It's a 7-cost inkable. It is not Sing Together. You ready all your characters, and they can't quest for the rest of the turn. So basically, you can quest with everyone, ready them, attack.
I think Malcolm's just happy that there was a card of this.
And I really like the artwork too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know it's inkable, but I don't see it getting a lot of play.
Oh no! It's if this wasn't the fact that this is Don't Let the Frostbite Bite, I don't know if I would have shown this.
Sure.
It is a rare card too. I mean, I'm showing most of the rares, the rares and stuff. So
I mean, the only other Ruby 7-drop song is also a landline.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at our next card here. We've got Gaston, Pure Paragon. He is a 9-cost uninkable, Strength of 10, Willpower of 6, Quests for 2, has Rush, Special ability, A Man Among Men. For each damaged character you have in play, you pay 2 ink less to play this character.
And he has a 10 strength, so this can work with Maximus.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's interesting though, because I was like, who's gonna play this? He's not a shiftable, but if you've got
a quick answer to Steel, throwing out Tinkerbell,
Yeah.
damaging 4 of your characters, and then look, I get to play this for
5.
1.
What do you mean for 1?
I said 4 of your characters, so it's 2 ink less. So.
Oh, right. Whew. Yeah, that's.
Or I attack with all my characters on yours. Maybe I can't kill your people, but all right. So I now have 3 damaged characters. Now I play this for 3. Right. So.
Is it just having a 9-cost uninkable though?
Yeah, that's a lot to have. But the rush on
Mm.
that guy, he can destroy almost. He can destroy
All
anything.
locations.
All locations are dead.
Yes.
Right. So.
Everything is dead to him.
Yeah, that's.
Except for Goofy.
Whew.
No, Goofy's even dead.
Yeah. Nobody has a defense of 10, I don't think.
Above 10, no.
Goofy does.
Not above 10. Above 10. So he would get rid of Goofy.
All right. This is what I want to make sure I got to. This is Pete. He is.
Well, first of all, wait, what language is this? Is that Italian?
I believe it's Italian, yes.
Gambit.
So Pete, game referee. It's a steel card, 3-cost inkable, strength of 3, willpower of 3, special ability whistle. When you play this character, opponents can't play actions until the start of your next turn.
Well, I know who's next though. Well, I know he's not a hero.
Sure, he's not a hero, but
that means I can't sing songs on you.
That's very true.
So you play this on turn 3.
That means you can't be prepared in the next turn.
It said I'm gonna play it on turn 3. I'm not worried about be prepared on turn 3.
Then you hold him, and you don't play him on turn 3.
Right, so this shuts
you
down
play him on turn 6.
I don't like holding cards in my hand. I like to throw them all down.
It's a big defense against things, right?
I could even see you putting them in mine.
Sure.
Wait, who is
Shuts down Ariel.
Shuts down Ariel.
Choicy or who's fighting?
I don't know who's fighting. I mean, the ring looks like kind of the background that's in Gaston's card, so it's probably Gaston versus somebody.
Sure.
Wait, I want to try and read this. Then
No, don't.
No, we're not doing that.
No.
We're not doing that.
So
I think this is an uncommon. I think this is
going to be great in a draft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great in a draft.
So it's quite powerful card. I mean, I'm even thinking if you're doing Amethyst and Steel, like I'm just bouncing this guy every turn.
Yeah.
Right? Just replaying him again, bounce him, replay him, bounce him, replay him.
Okay, yeah, because then
Shut down a steel song deck like that.
yeah,
So
that's
shut down, be prepared, shut down everything that it's weak against. So there is this card has
Well, because even things like Baboom
Yep.
and Brawl.
Yep.
You can't use those either.
But it still dies to Medusa.
Yes, it would still die to Medusa, right? Medusa, Lady Tremaine, those still are in effect. Maleficent, but Dragonfire, Baboom, fire the cannons, grab your sword.
But again, it is only one turn.
It is one turn, unless you can bounce him.
Unless you can bounce him, but yeah.
Right?
So you can't get rid of him right away.
Yeah. I think we got time. Let's do one more. That's just this one. The sword
let's do one
release.
more after it then.
It's a Ruby card. It's a 3-cost uninkable item in Ruby. Special ability is power appointed at the start of your turn if you have a character in play with more strength than each opposing character in play. Each opponent loses 1 lore, and you gain lore equal to that lore.
Oh my god! At the start of your turn every time.
This would work so good with Flynn Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of have some synergy with that. This would be great in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Right, because they got 3 people, they're all losing a lore, and you're gaining a lore. You can gain 3 quickly, so it's kind of neat. Take a look at the next one. Elsa's Ice Palace. So this is a amethyst location, Elsa's Ice Palace, Palace of Solitude. It's a 3-cost uninkable, move cost of 1, 4 willpower. Gets a set of 1 lore, and then special ability is Eternal Winter. When you play this location, choose an exerted character. While this location is in play, that character can't ready at the start of their turn. So it locks them in place.
So
period.
That's wow.
Yeah. So
that could lock a Tamatoa. It could lock a Maui.
Yeah, it could lock a bunch of things in place.
But it only has a 4 defense.
Sure, but if you're locking their strongest character, they might have to waste an entire turn to get rid of it.
Yeah, you're at least making that one character skip a turn. So it is a interesting location.
I think I know it's only a 3-cost, but I think this is going to be really powerful late game.
Yeah, it's more useful late game than it's early game. You wouldn't want to play this on turn 3.
No, I don't think so.
You want to play this later for sure. I think that's almost true with most locations at this point.
If you play 2 of them and if they have both a Maui and a Tamatoa, you can play and you have 2 of them in your hand. You can play 2 of them and exert both of them.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna stop with cards for this week. Me and the boys will come back later this week, and we will go through some more cards. Jen's got a work trip, so we're gonna go through some more cards then, and then
I'll miss you guys.
We'll also do an extra episode of the podcast talking about some limited stuff that'll have go up probably the same day that Shimmering Skies comes out, so that if you're playing in a draft or something, you can see what we think you should pick. Not that we have any experience with the set, it's just kind of looking at it, what you would pick.
What we think would be best.
So you can look forward to that, and then we're probably going to have a week off, as we will be away at Disneyland and Hawaii.
But keep if you don't already, please follow us on Instagram. We will be trying to post on Instagram what we get, what Matt is able to get at D23. And if we pull any cool cards, or just our general antics and having fun in Disneyland, and possibly Hawaii, please follow us on Instagram and you can see that.
Sure. So before we go, it's Disney Trivia time.
Oh, no. Disney Trivia time.
So I've got the next card from the wonderful world of Disney Trivia.
The wonderful world of Disney Trivia, yeah.
You got it.
Too much of it.
Okay. First up, who voices Baloo in the Jungle Book from 2016?
I
Baloo.
I think. Was it Bill Murray?
It was Bill Murray. Yes.
I forgot that. I mean,
the theme. Who voices the character 22 in the movie Soul?
I know that too.
They're not going to know it.
Chris Pratt.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
I'll give you a hint.
Chris Pratt.
No. You're not going to know. It's Tina Fey.
Yeah. What hint were you going to give them? Hey, this head writer from SNL.
I was going to say it's the actress that plays The actress that plays Joy's best friend
I was
in
just
real
gonna
life.
say Joy.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
So Tina Fey is the answer.
Okay, here we go. This is the kind of question that I normally get. In High School Musical 3, senior year, how does Taylor McKessie sign the yearbook? A, it's not over yet. B, see you in college. C, friends forever. Or D, you should visit me at the Oval Office.
It's
You said
D.
D. She said, knowing her character, I'd say D.
Yes, it is D.
Yeah.
It
No,
is
actually, the
I said
answer
that as a
is-
joke.
Actually,
Actually, the answer was there was no yearbooks that year because they got banned.
Yeah. She has no hands, cannot sign anything.
if you didn't know what we were talking about, one time when we were playing Disney trivia, Mom read Dad a card, and Mom was
we
so
went over this in a
we
previous
went over
podcast.
this. We don't need to keep bringing it up. You want to make me upset?
No. Come on. All right, keep going, Dad.
I'm just gonna ask you impossible questions now.
No.
What is the circumference of Mickey Mouse's left ear?
Okay, so pi times.
All right, come on.
Sorry,
Just keep
it's one
going.
apple.
Dang it, I thought it was pineapple.
Come on, let's go.
In the movie Cinderella, what instrument does Anastasia play?
I think that's the flute.
I don't know which one is
The
which.
accordion.
The reporter.
It is the flute.
Oh, the flute. Good job,
That's
Emma.
correct.
I thought
Okay.
it was the reporter.
All right,
And also
hey, Mr. Pixar,
Uh-oh.
listen up. What is the name of the Pixar lamp?
He has a name?
Oh, I know this.
Is
There's a
it
store.
Is it Furby?
Furby? That is like, you just grabbed that from out of the air. Like, that's the name of, like, the little toys.
What's his name? It's Evo. No, it's
Is it Lampy?
no.
No,
I
he's
know.
just making sounds.
No, from a store. It tells us his name from that one store. And Lot.
Do you have gas? I don't.
No, like I know this. I know this. I'm gonna be so mad when you say it. What is it?
Luxo Jr.
I knew that. I knew that.
You didn't know right now. And that's when it matters.
Luxo Jr. Wait, so who's Luxo Senior?
It's the castle. No, it's no. Luxo. No, it's not Luxo Junior. It's just Luxo. Luxo Junior is the Pixar ball.
Wait, hold on. You're saying the lamp is Luxo.
Yes.
And the ball that the lamp squishes is Luxo Jr., so he squishes his son.
It's not his son.
No,
His name just happens to be Luxo Junior.
It's just a rare coincidence.
Happened.
Okay,
They
no,
saw that, and they were like the ball's parents were friends with Luxo, and then they had the baby ball, and they're like, you know what name's pretty? Luxo. And the dad's like, you're right. That is a beautiful name. You know what would make it more beautiful? Put a junior on there. Like, you don't think that's going to confuse people?
No.
Not at all.
That's not the story. The story is that the lamp and the ball's father were best friends in college because they met each other and they became best friends because they both shared this weird name of Luxo. And so they were best friends.
Oh, I thought they had different names. It was
No,
like a
they were
Brian
both
song,
Luxo.
like where his friend died and he like raised his son or something.
No, so they're both best friends, but then in a crazy accident, the lamp lands on the ball and squishes it.
Crazy accident happens at the beginning of every Pixar film. Everyone.
Actually, that's not the
All right.
ball.
Anyway,
Okay.
we didn't have time for more cards. We don't have time for
Yes,
more of these.
okay, so-
Wait.
No. We just said we don't. Go down.
Anyways, thank you for those that have made it this far. Thank you so much. I mean it. For listening to us and listening to crazy talk about Luxo Jr. and balls and lamps and Pixar. Not even in Lorcana yet.
Nope.
Not even Pixar there yet.
And,
Anyway.
And the welcome. Keep it so.
Anyways,
Anyways.
here we go. Cut him off. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. If you listen to us on a podcast platform and are like, hey, I wonder what those crazy kids look like in person, feel free to use us to visit us on YouTube. You can find us under QuestLore. If you're watching us and you're like, oh my God, why? And wish you could just hear us, you can find us on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you find us, please like, subscribe, follow, rate, comment, thumbs up, however you interact with things, do that.
Please.
We appreciate it. If you have questions, you can email us at questlorequestions@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter, on the YouTube,
Instagram.
on the Instagram. We are there. We will have videos going up while we're in Disney, I'm sure. So check that out. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. We have been QuestLore.
Luxo Junior follow.